Hey, greetings everyone from our home to yours. I hope that this finds you safe and well. Today we're going to talk about Matthew chapter 5 verses 13 through 16. And it says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt should lose its taste, how can it be made salty? It's no longer good for anything but to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city situated on a hill cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather on a lampstand, and it gives light for all who are in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." So this is a passage that it's kind of difficult to grasp. It is a metaphor, the salt and the light. It's a metaphor. And it's one that is much bigger than we tend to make it out. The scene is that Jesus is preaching to a bunch of people on a hill, and he's just finished telling them that their lives as followers of Jesus were going to be pretty hectic, pretty crazy at times, and that their lives and the way that they lived their lives were going to be radically different than the rest of the world. The idea of salt and light, it's got this community connotation, this societal connotation, where the meaning of salt and light has a benefit to the community. Salt and light has a lot to do with how we live and act in our community, in our neighborhood. And it's kind of begging the question, do we live in a way that is like salt, a preservative, a flavor enhancer, an ice melter, not only to make delicious ice cream, but to melt the ice off of our driveways and our sidewalks and roads? Do we live our lives like a city on a hill, one that can act like a lighthouse on the land, lighting the path of travelers, inviting them in to our community to find rest and hope and peace? Do we live our lives as a beacon of hope? Do we provide warmth to those around us? Do we let that light shine around us so that people can see the good works that we're doing and give glory to God? You might argue that what I just said are functions of the church, because there are a lot of people think that the church is the one to save and to spice up the community and to be a lighthouse and a place of hope. I mean, there's songs and videos and sermons about that, right? But no, Jesus was not speaking to the church there on that mountain, on that hillside. Jesus was speaking to his followers. There was no intention of his words at all being about the church. His words and his intention for his words were to us, his followers. Those words were for us. And what I mean by that is that we have to stop relying on the church to do what God has called us to do. We can no longer rely on the church to be the salt and light. We can no longer rely on it being the place of preservation and hope. I mean, think about it. How do we as individuals treat others in our community? Do we help those in need? Do we care about the people around us? Are we active in our community? Do we know who our neighbors are? If we cannot even do those basics, inviting people to church would just be crazy. It's kind of like one of my favorite t-shirts said, "Don't go to church, be the church." We have to be the salt and light to the world. We have to remember that Jesus spoke these words to us, his followers, to be salt and light. So may we go this week and find ways to be salty and to be a beacon of hope to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers, to your neighbors, to your community, and to the whole world. Grace and peace to you. You are salt and light.